If you're walking in the forest and I have my Pitbull next to me,
Yeah.
and the Cougar jumps out, I'm thinking that Cougar's getting fucked up. Fucked up.
I think
that Pitbull's literally doing some damage to that Cougar trying to attack.
I'm going with the Cougar, and I'm going with the Cougar, and I want to hear other people's people weigh in on this
conversation going.
Yeah.
Then you think Wolf would take out a Cougar for sure, eh?
A wolf?
Yeah.
No, I think a Cougar would take out a wolf.
No way, man.
Yeah.
I can take out a Cougar. I don't think I can take out a wolf necessarily, depending on how big the wolf is. The wolf bite force is incredible. Like,
I'd fight a wolf before a Cougar.
I don't think you would, man.
I would.
You'd rather, so you're telling me you're walking down the forest on a trail. You'd rather see a cougar?
They're cats. They're
You'd rather see a wolf than a cougar.
Yeah.
Across from you.
Yeah.
I put out a whole bunch of ad pictures, and I wore jockeys, and I had a whole bunch of gay guys contact me and hit me up. Can I be pissed off that those guys put it out there if I was out there fucking half naked? That's my own fault now. I'm putting that shit out there to the world.
Not that there's anything wrong.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah. No, but
my uncle's gay.
I agree.
But but I can't be offended by that. I can say I had the other day. That guy that
Let's talk about this.
We gotta get into something fitness oriented soon.
Hell no. Let's talk about this.
Okay, so I had a political figure, which is fucked up, right? I can't go.
Whose name we will not mention.
Whose name? It's Justin something. No, that's too obvious. How about Jay Van's?
I was gonna say Justin something. I think you're talking about Trudeau.
Not Trudeau.
You're gonna clarify that.
Not Trudeau.
Okay.
So yeah, I get a message on Facebook about me doing some flexing. Because at first he says, "Hey, like, do you do any
This story was just fascinating.
Some body flexing and that." And I
Yeah.
asked him, like, well, is it for like a magazine? Is it for some sort of business, like, or promotion? What's going on? And he messaged me back, no, for one-on-one. I'm like, one-on-one what? For like, again, I was trying to like, I'm like, what the fuck's this guy talking about? He's like, no, he's like, one-on-one, you like bicep flexing. And I wrote back, I'm like, hey man, like, I'm not gay. And he said, I'm not either. Well, I said, you're not straight.
So to sum it up, he wanted you to just stand there
and flex.
And flex for him.
Yeah, for money.
And how much?
$300 an hour. And
what'd you spend the $300?
Easiest money I've ever made in my life.
But interesting thing is, I don't think anybody even knows why the fuck they're doing it. Like, why do you do it? If you ask somebody, like, why do you care about these people following you? What's the answer?
Yeah, they don't know.
Best answer you can possibly give is, well, if I get enough followers, I get some free shit.
Yeah. Or status, right? A lot of people will ask you, like, yeah, like, how many followers do you have on Instagram? If you don't have enough, or if you're not following too many, like, for the general population, the people that don't take the time to actually be self-aware, it's like a criteria, it's like a hierarchy. Which it isn't, but we convince ourselves sometimes.
Yeah.
The people that aren't self-aware, they convince themselves that that's of importance.
Yeah, the weird thing to me is that in this day and age, like, if you say you apply for a job,
yeah,
right? Your potential employer or your potential interviewer will then troll you on social media.
Yeah.
Or they will look up your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, everything. And not only to see if there's anything in your history that is concerning, but they will look at how many followers that you have, and that's almost in some way is supposed to be representative of the quality of your work, or especially when we're in the fitness industry, right?
Yeah.
So like, how many times do you go on Instagram and you get followed by a girl, and then you click on her page who has like 35,000 followers, and really. And I'm not knocking it, because I get why they do it.
Yeah. And if you're doing it for a business branding thing,
then I get it. And it's all fair. Yeah. Like, listen, I'm not, like, I'm not knocking it. But all of a sudden, they have 35,000 followers, and the content is just non-existent.
That's garbage.
Yeah. But.
Well, you're listening to Chris D'Elia?
No.
He's a comedian.
Oh, the comedian, yeah.
But the other day, he hashtagged the unfollowing. He's like, here you are as a girl, you're posting a picture you eating a Subway fucking sandwich, and you're doing a video you biting into that thing, and you want me to watch that when we got Game of Thrones on TV, and you got a girl riding a fucking dragon taking over a castle with the White Walkers coming in, and you think eating a Subway sandwich is entertaining to me. That's fucking audacity right there. Right? She is phenomenal. Absolutely love it. Is girls will post pictures. Yep. Okay, and they'll say they're largely provocative pictures.
Okay.
And that can look a few different ways, right? Maybe you're posting some some butt pictures. Hey, who doesn't like a good butt pic? Right? We're guys. We like.
I post them all the time.
That's why I unfollowed you. Yeah. But
hashtag hockey butt.
Yeah, it's very inappropriate. But again, then they'll go out and they'll bitch about not finding a quality person or a quality mate, quality partner. Yeah. So you can't post that and assume you're going to find quality. You're not producing quality. Right. You know, and again, that doesn't say anything about your personality deep down, but what you're presenting to the world is not a genuine good image of yourself. You know, it's not. You're not telling me a great guy with great morals and great values and great ethics is going to look at that chick who's posting ass pictures on the daily. So that's the wife of my fucking kids one day. Ain't happening.
I guarantee, I've never looked at other men's Instagrams, but I guarantee you, there's guys no, I haven't, but they're
that one guy.
No, I'm not saying that. I've looked at other men's Instagram accounts. I'm saying who they follow. Right? Yeah. Like I've never gone on another guy's phone and be like, who do you follow? But I guarantee you that most of them, it would be just, they'd have 1,500 people that are following, 1,400 of them would just be like young girls.
Yeah.
They don't know anything about them, don't need to know anything about them. And again, like, why are you following these people?
Yeah.
What are you doing? Like, how does that benefit you as an individual?
It gives them a distraction, man.
How does it help you?
Distraction from your life, and it gives you immediate sense of fulfillment. And I'm talking about very immediate. like 10 seconds.
Fucking coin flip immediate.
Coin flip immediate. When that turns to fucking heads, you're like, holy shit, my life sucks again. Right? But no.
You're never at a party where a dick pops out and you're like, that's hilarious.
I'm not going to whip my dick out just talking around like a girl I'm trying to hook up with either. There's going to be some sort of conversation.
No. But some guys do. Like, we all had that friend growing up.
Yeah.
Who's, 2 o'clock in the morning after some drinking.
Yeah, thinks it's okay.
Balls are out.
Yeah.
Balls are out. Although, one of the funniest things.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life was a picture, and I'm not even sure why this was so funny, but one of my friends passed out after a night of heavy drinking at a cottage, and then another guy another one of our friends, who will remain nameless, but had the most gigantic balls I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And he just pulled them out and started taking pictures with his nuts on the other dude's.
Oh man! The guy didn't wake up.
The ultimate teabag. It was just fucking nuts on ice. No, he didn't wake up. And he saw the pictures the next morning.
No.
Lost his shit. Yeah, I'm serious.
That's amazing.
Yeah, just standing right behind him.
Was he holding his dick up?
Yeah. Standing behind him. Shit eating around his face.
The funny thing is, if you put the dick down, it was the nose. That would be great.
Shit eating around his face. Just.
No.
Yeah, nuts on ice. I like to push the envelope of everything that I do in a gym, right? I get bored very easily.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at an exercise, like say it's just a shoulder press or, bench press, when we were talking about hanging kettlebells off the end of the bench press, just to, work on your control, your shoulder stability, your postural stability. And, but when I'm in the gym, when I'm looking or trying to program stuff for myself, there's always a focus, but I love that feeling of being a little bit nervous for the workout.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, for sure.
Like when I'm looking at a workout, if it's something that I am like fundamentally really sound with, like that's why I love Olympic lifting, because Olympic lifting, for example, even if you're just doing it on your own, it doesn't have to be for competition, but if you're taking, you're doing clean and jerks, or you're doing snatches, or you're doing even overhead squats, something like that, if you aren't tactically proficient, right? If your technique is not sound and you're not focused on what you're doing, the risk of injury or the risk of negative repercussion as a result of that lift going wrong is fairly significant, right? And so I love that. I love when I'm a little bit nervous to do things that I'm about to do in the gym. When I'm looking at the workout ahead of me and I go like, oh my God, you know what? I've never tried this before. It doesn't matter how long you've been in gyms, there's always something that you can push the envelope with.
Yeah.
Like I did a video where I was doing an overhead walking lunge with Adam as a barbell, for example, right? And Adam's like, he's only about 165 pounds, but it's a different beast when you're holding a human being over your head instead of a barbell. So, I knew that I could do that without a doubt. But thinking back years ago to the first time where I did a walking lunge, for example, so, you progress it. You start with a bar, you start with a light bar, do it as an overhead walking lunge. Then work your way up to the weight of the human being that you were about to lift, right? Then exceed the weight of the human being that you are about to lift, because you know that lifting a person is going to be a hell of a lot more awkward and less stable than holding a bar that's perfectly balanced will be above your head, right? And then at that point, I even started looking at it and thinking, okay, well, if I'm looking at Adam, when I have him above, or this individual that I was lifting the first time, you know, when I lift him, the majority of his weight's going to be on my right arm, because that's where I'm going to be holding his arm, right? So I offloaded the barbell. So it was a little bit heavier on my right side, and then I did the same thing, a little bit heavier on my left side, just to get used to keeping a stable midline while having an offloaded weight above my head.
Did you ever try kettlebells too, hanging for the stability aspect?
I didn't at that point, but I mean it would work, yeah. Pro tip.
Pro tip, quick pro tip.
Pro tip of the day?
Yeah. You said you had one for me.
Don't try and invent exercises.
Okay.
Unless you really know what you're doing.
You see a lot of people fucking machines these days, and
that's specifically that's what I'm talking about.
We'll
you know, like
minute pro tip. We'll
machines.
Yeah. Go ahead.
1 minute.
Yeah, 1 minute. 1 minute pro tip, and then it ends.
Machines move in a specific direction for a reason.
Okay.
I'm not a huge fan of machines.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fucking bodybuilder, and I'm not rehabbing injuries. So to me, I like to train on my feet, right? But if you're using machines, use them for what they are. If you are inventing something, if you're on a machine and you're going, wow, I have never seen anybody do this, I'm onto something. You're not onto something.
No.
There's a reason why nobody's done it.
Fucking idiot.
There's a reason why no one's done it.